How's it going? I'll come to you. How y'all doing? Welcome back. So today, I'm not building anything. I'm just going to show you around the shop. I realize this is the 10th episode, and I haven't even given a shop tour. How rude of me. But that's okay, because today, we're going to make it happen. So I've got a brand new shirt on. I like it. It's red. I'm told red looks good on me. It was me that said that. Anywho, so today, like I said, we're just going to give a shop tour, show you around, show you some of the tools that we have here in the shop that we use on a daily basis. Some things we use every day, some things we use every other day, but most things we use at least once a week. Anyways, sorry for the build-up. Anyways, but yeah, today is what we're going to be doing. So, yeah. So just to kind of start things off, I built this table. It's probably one of the first things that I did when we moved here. I'm going to set this pencil down because I'm going to be, yeah. So this is probably the first thing that I built when we first moved here. And then I've just kind of added things to it periodically as we've grown and as things have changed. Started off, it was a 4x8 orc table, but now it is 6 foot by 8 foot, which is so much better. As you can tell, it's dirty. I got paint and stuff and stain, and it gets used. I write measurements on it, so it's just, it's a work table. So obviously I've got the shelving underneath here for extra storage. All of my air tools go here. All of my air tools go here. I was asked about what kind of nail gun would be a good one to use. This is a Porter cable. This is just a finishing nailer. Finishing nails. They shoot, this particular one shoots 16 gauge, anything from 1 inch to 2.5 inch nails. Got it from Home Depot. I got it, like I said, if it's cheap and it works, I'll buy it. So that's that. Again, Porter cable. Nothing too fancy. Craftsman, Big Bertha, she's a Craftsman. I don't know if you can see it under there. Underneath there's a rigid, can you see it? Yeah. Underneath here, there's a rigid vacuum. The vacuum goes straight to my table saw, which also happens to be a rigid. I'm trying to figure out what all you can see. I don't know if you can see it well, but this big old conglomerate worth of electrical stuff, this is where I just plug everything in. And then my fancy drop cord laying on the ground. I realize that all this stuff is probably not up to code, but this is my shop, and I don't really care. And if OSHA wants to come cite me, then bring them on. This button right here is I got it from an old Christmas tree, lights. Turns on the back. I know, fancy, right? And then, of course, my rigid table saw. This thing is on casters, so it does move around. Makes it a little easier to sweep and to clean up underneath it. Like I said, I've got shelving all over the place. This is my table saw sled, or my crosscut sled as it's also known as. And then right here we of course have some pencil storage right here. And then this is I don't even know where I got this idea. Maybe just came up with it on my own. But this is I just hang my drills here. I just basically cut out a little channel in the wood for the handle to slide in just like that. Again, it's on casters. So this is just a box where I keep all my screws and my nails and some miscellaneous items. As you can see this right here, if you ever see me bending over to pick something up, it's probably from right here. Drill bits and all kinds of other stuff. Some glue, saws. This is where my speed squares hang right here. My other one's over there. But of course my framing square. This is my cobalt table saw or miter saw, that I was talking about. It slides. Like that. Works good. It's fine. It's called the bucket head. This is a 5-gallon bucket from Home Depot. As you can see, a little dirty. But this thing just sits onto a 5-gallon bucket. Get your hose. Pretty plain and simple, nothing fancy. So I built this table. So originally I had the miter saw built into the outfeed table of my table saw. But I decided I didn't really like that because I needed the room sometimes, and I didn't want to have to constantly flipping the thing over. So I decided to build this table. It works a lot more. It's a lot more functional. Works a lot better. I like it. This is my Craig jig. table mounted Craig jig. This is the vacuum piece that goes with it, or I had to buy this separately. But anyway, this is the. I use this all the time. I use pocket holes probably more than any human probably should. I've specifically been asked about this before. This is the my thickness planer. This is a Craftsman, I think. Yeah, this is a Craftsman thickness planer. I think I got it at Lowe's. There's really not much about it. You adjust the height here, up and down. This is the in-feed. This is the out-feed side. I mean, you turn it on, you put the wood in, and it basically just takes like a thin layer off the top of the material that you run through it. Kind of gives it a new, fresh look to it. Yeah, it's time to change the blades. The blades that I got on this thing is the ones that it came with, so it's nothing, it's nothing fancy. But yeah, that's it on that. Over here in this corner, we have just a bunch of random stuff. I've got different like bolts and screws and nuts and nails and all kinds of stuff on this shelf. This shelf is mostly like woods. I've got it wrote on here: wood stains and finishes, removers and adhesive stuff. So this is like glue and tape. Anything that's sticky would go on this shelf. Miscellaneous junk up top. Anything automotive. If it's got a motor or if it's got like a gas powered motor, it would go on that shelf. Anything on the floor is like a cleaner or some sort of big lubricant jug that won't fit on another shelf. This is actually the stand that came with the table saw. I use it for when I do wood burning. Anything when I build a flag and I need to torch the wood. This is what I use for that. This is a lathe that my wife bought me at a yard sale. I think she got it for like $100. I'm not very good at it. Obviously, stack of wood right there, my pile of wood. It's kind of dwindling down because I just cut a bunch of 2x4s for some flags, but that's that. And as I was saying, this is my pile of wood. This is all just, if I buy wood at Home Depot and it's just like scrap or extra, I'll just throw it over here. I buy 2x4s pretty much every time I go to Home Depot, especially when I buy like a sheet of plywood. I'll buy 4 or 5 at least 2x4s just to slide under the plywood to keep it straight and to keep it from bowing and warping and all that other stuff. Also, I get 4 or 5 2x4s out of the deal, so it works out. These are the boards that I use to build the flat flags. These are like, I think 1 by 3 inches by like, I think 39 inches or something like that. You always end up having a little bit extra. You make, on a standard 39-inch flag, 37-inch flag, you get 2 stripes out of one of these. And then you have just a little piece left over. So I know it's probably more information you really cared about. Obviously, this is where I keep my spray paint. On the other end of this long bench table type thingy, I have my bandsaw that you saw with the last swing build that we did. And then, of course, the disc sander or the belt sander / disc sander, whatever this contraption is called, a belt and disc sander. Again, got this from Harbor Freight. This came from, I think, Home Depot or maybe Lowe's, I can't remember, but it works just fine. I'm not a real big Ryobi fan, but it was cheap, so I got it. So that pretty much does it for all the tools that we have here in the shop. Honestly, the thing I use probably the most is a broom, to be honest. I spend the most time sweeping this place because it gets dust everywhere. As you can imagine, doing any kind of woodworking, you're going to be making all sorts of different kind of cuts and whatever, and dust gets just everywhere. So this is the most recent thing that I built, was this table. I decided I was going to make a dedicated table for making flags. I don't even make flags that often, to be honest, but I used to have a really, really big wire, what is that thing called? Basically a big spool of wire, like a really big reel that had wire on it at one point in time. I had one of those in here, and it worked good for that, but I had to put it back outside because that was like the kids like get onto the trampoline thing. So I had to put that back outside, which means I lost it. So I built this for that reason because I didn't have anything to paint on. So like I said, I just decided to build that. It's on casters. It moves around. I used it today, as a matter of fact, to make that flag right there. Obviously, you can see I used it to paint on that as well. It's on casters. I just moved it outside to grind, and then I brought it back in to paint. And yeah, so that's that. Anything else that you can see over there in the corner is probably, maybe in that corner over there is another table saw. It's just an old one that I have for backup in case I need it. The pegboard over here just has a bunch of miscellaneous tools, screwdrivers, some side cutters, some chain locks, nothing specific. This is all the metalworking stuff in this corner. When my buddy Chris from Send It John Boats is over here, this is where we keep all the metal stuff. Over here on this side is just more junk. This is kind of like the messier part of the shop. This is just where, obviously, it's right by the door. So I walk in, I just set stuff down, and I'll get to it later, kind of a thing. That's, you know how it is. So it's just got random stuff everywhere. This Craftsman box right here that's on the floor that you may or may not be able to see, is this is what Bertha came in when I bought her. It's just got a bunch of random screws and bolts and nuts and all kinds of random stuff in it that somebody decided it was going to be a good idea. I had a really big tray where all that was organized, and they just went bloop into that box. So, yeah, dumped it all out, and I was really super happy about that, as I'm sure you can imagine. Anywho, what else? That's it. That is literally all of it. Sorry that this video was not more entertaining, but yeah, I'm a boring guy. So, anywho, as you can see, it's a pretty big shop. I think it's 50 foot by 30 foot, and I think the ceilings are really tall. So I'm gonna say like 16, somewhere between 16 and 18 feet, probably like close to 20, maybe at the very peak. Big shop, which is why it's not heated or cool, because it's huge and it would be super expensive to have to heat and cool. So we're not doing that. But you can see the roll-up door over there, and then of course this roll-up door over here on that side. Sorry, I think I might have blocked you. And that's just kind of it. Like I said, it's really kind of, sorry, it's boring. I don't have a whole lot here. I don't have a whole lot here, but I do a whole lot. So just got to be able to work with what you got. So anyways, if you guys have any questions about what we got going on here in the shop, feel free to drop a comment down in the comment section. If you haven't already, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below. I'll leave the link to my shirts and attire, apparel, whatever you want to call it. You can buy all that stuff, help support the channel. Like us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, or follow us on Instagram, whatever. And also, that's it. That's all of my social media stuff. I don't have very much social media stuff because I'm kind of a loser. But anyways, I really do appreciate all you guys' support. Like I said, this is episode 10, so we made it. Whoop, whoop, episode 10. So that's it. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Y'all be good. Deuces.